Okay, so good afternoon, everyone. Um, we're excited to dive into this week's careers tutorial, which is on decision-making frameworks. So decisions they basically shape our lives. Can be from ordering lunch, or it could be as high as choosing a careers move. So, for example, Google uses frameworks to pick AI features for search. So today we'll learn tools for better and faster choices. So first we'll be defining decision making and compare rational versus emotional choices. We'll explore frameworks and learn how to apply them at work. Here's a bit of a fact. Good decisions boost workplace productivity by 20%. This is a report done by a company called McKinsey. And okay, let's just jump in. First, let's define what decision making is. All right. So, decision making is choosing a course of action for problems or options. Um, it's like it's in daily life. Small choices like meals or big ones like jobs can be a part of a decision making. Um, for example, Starbucks CEO, if you remember, he closed over 600 stores in 2008 to save the Starbucks brand. This is a decision make. It is an example of a decision making. It's a skill that we can improve with practice. Um, So there are two types of decisions: rationalism and emotion. Decision mix logic, um, which is rationalism, and the feelings are emotional. Rational uses data. Um, Emotional follows your mood or your gut. For example, Netflix 2011 DVD streaming. So there was a streaming split on about Netflix on 2001. This split was logical but ignored customer feelings. This caused a huge backlash back in 2011. Balancing these helps us choose wisely. They should have made a decision based on their customer feelings. So let's see what influences these decisions. So factors influencing rationality and emotionality in decision making are factors could be values, biases, information, risks, or past experiences. Emotional decision making include mood, culture, time pressure, or even hunger in some places. 80% of business decisions are skewed by biases. This is one study done by Harvard. And for example, a manager may skip promoting someone they dislike, despite them having good skills. Awareness keeps us grounded, um, so that we make good decisions in our daily lives. So moving on to frameworks simplify our decisions. There's this framework called SWOT. SWOT means strengths, weaknesses, others, and then there's another matrix called Eisenhower matrix. But today we will speak about Amazon's Jeff Bezos matrix, which splits decisions through reversible or irreversible, and then consequential versus inconsequential. So as you can see on this slide, there are four types of decision making. There are two types basically. First one, there's type one and type two. Um, Type one, for example, on the left bottom corner, we when we make this decision, This decision it must is a type that is highly consequential, and it is irreversible. We do a lot of research using when we are expected to do this decision. We explore possible scenarios, evaluate and qualify risks, and decide rationally and carefully. The risk is very high when it's irreversible, and which when it has a lot of consequences. When the decision is reversible, but it has high consequences, it's a type two decision, which is, in short, packing a parachute. This review is when review is already available, and we understand the milestones, or when the decision can be reversed, versus when it has impact. Uh, we decide based on data. So based on these milestones, we decide whether to do one thing or not. This decision has consequences, but it can be reversible. The third one, which is still a type two, is which is something that's reversible and inconsequential. Which when we decide on something, when we say like, well, what the heck, or why not? Like when we decide on the spot based on experience. Um, we maybe we can set a reminder to check on the outcome and consider changing the course. It's uh, it's okay if we get it wrong because it's reversible and it has no consequences. The fourth one is still a type two decision making framework. This is a look before you leap, which is review is already available. Deciding on the spot based on experiences needed here, which there is no consequence of your decision, but that your decision is irreversible. This one is called type two framework on the matrix. All right. Decision making frameworks like there's a quote from Jeff Bezos. Jeff Bezos is the founder and CEO of Amazon. Let's say what he has. Let's see what he has. You have to somehow make high quality, high velocity decisions. Speed matters in business, plus the high velocity decision making environment is more fun. So Jeff Bezos is the one who created this decision making framework, and making a high quality, high velocity decisions. When making them, speed matters. There are different types of decision making tools like decision trees or OODA loop. They help us act fast or act very smart. For example, Tesla iterates designs faster than their rivals using frameworks of their own. Um, these frameworks work on on our daily choices, not just big company-wide decisions. Um, all right. Uh, for this, let me just share tips on decision making. Uh, when you're deciding on something, you should aim for a good enough decision. Watch time and try to simplify. You can ask mentors. Perfection isn't needed. Just effective choices are needed. Um, for example, Steve Jobs launched the iPhone in 2007, if you remember, and then he basically iterated it later on. Simplifying avoids decision paralysis. Um, and next, we will we will see how decision making is relevant on the on workplace. When we look at this picture, regret minimization framework is a business heuristic that enables you to make decisions by projecting yourself in the future, or at an old age. Uh, this visualization helps us whether the regrets of a missing an opportunity would haunt you down the line, or having taken the opportunity had failed. In short, if taking action and failing feels much better than regretting it. Um, in the long run, that's when we're ready to go. For example, PRIOR, which is project, reflect, um, internalize, observe, and react. Projection, as the word implies, the first step is about projecting yourself into the final years of your life. For example, Jeff Bezos talks about 80 years. This is the age where you think back at your life and where all the regrets come haunting at you. The second one is reflect. Once you've visualized and done projecting your older self, reflect, what if I had taken that opportunity, and feeling of anxiety and excitement, and thinking, what if I fail or something like that. Reflection is feeling something after you've projected it. Internalization is if your body and mind both tell you that regretting it would be much worse than trying and failing, then you're almost ready to go. So regret is a higher risk than trying and failing. So observation is the older self, and is the older self happy with this decision? If you're happy with your decision after you observe, then you should move on to react. React is once the process above has been completed, you've got to act on it first. All right. So tips on decision making. Sorry, I've moved much faster previously when I was talking, but um, I've mentioned some of the tips earlier. Just name them again. Decisions are made with powerful information. They don't have to be perfect to work. Um, you should consider the time factor. You should simplify and minimize your decisions. You should talk to mentors, as I've talked earlier, and you should gather enough data before you act on it. All right. How is decision making relevant in the workplace? So decision making scenarios in a workplace setting. Number one is choosing which tasks to prioritize when multiple projects have upcoming deadlines. For example, this is a decision-making scenario. Selecting the best platform for a new digital marketing campaign, for example, from several options. Deciding how to handle difficult clients or offer a discount or stand in a firm stance when you're engaging with a client. Deciding the best way to respond to a coworker's invitation to a happy hour event, for example, whether to speak to a manager about a potential promotion or a raise. This can be highly risk-related decision. Selecting the most suitable candidates for a junior position from a pool of applicants is one decision-making practice or scenario, or deciding how to react when a team member constantly misses deadlines. Or if you remember on your last submission, on week two submission, you were asked how would you handle if someone was a latecomer. This is also a decision. Um, or the last one is whether to accept a new job offer or stay on your current position. I believe this is one of the biggest decisions you might make in your life. So you have to make them very in a very calm and a very rational manner without emotion. So let me leave you off with an example. I had an example about. I remember uh, there was a crisis. There was a Coca-Cola crisis in 1895, and then they had to revert back using their using feedbacks from from the from the public. So they wanted to revert their marketing and their whole structure, and the people were actually love Coca-Cola's previous and ongoing structure, and they had to revert back based on feedbacks. So information is really important when making decisions in the future. So let's have a look at the challenge, but before that. I wanted to mention something for you guys. So we have been grading your reports for the past, at least the first 2 weeks of your submissions. And when we are grading your submissions, we realize that most of your submissions are basically the same. So what most trainees do is give the challenge document to any AI or ChatGPT, and they submit the first response they get. Um, since this is an AI mastery course, we highly encourage trainees to use AI. But AI isn't there. You have to realize that AI isn't there to save you time. We want you to spend hours and hours using AI. We want you to be able to think using AI and ask so many questions to the AI. AI is your tool, not a shortcut. Um, so when we encourage you to use AI, copying the first response of the AI ChatGPT's first response is sort of like missing the point. You know, you have to know that each and every trainee who asks AI the same question, the ChatGPT will give you the same answer. So that's why we're getting the same submissions from most of the trainees. Um, so spending hours with AI is basically what we want you to achieve. For example, if an AI does an 1 hour task in 10 minutes, you should use the full hour to explore and ask questions and push your boundaries using that AI, not simply moving on to other tasks. Imagine what you can do in 1 hour, um, what you did in 20 minutes. You know? For example, you can use AI to brainstorm if you're working on a marketing um, field. For example, you can brainstorm more than 50 marketing strategies in 1 hour so that you can land on a standout project pitch. AI's power grows with you. Deep engagement lets you solve complex problems. There are people who run companies by spending their time thinking with the power of AI, thinking with the use of AI. You know, entrepreneurs might use AI to analyze markets uh, so that they can scale faster than their competitors. One motivation we want you to have is AI um, won't replace you. People who master AI will one day replace other people. So you have to be the one who thinks bigger, asks more, and creates more with using AI. So one challenge we want you to incorporate for this week on your decision making challenge is we want you to spend at least 20 minutes using AI, ask at least 10 questions, and to submit your own unique answer. We don't want to see the same responses again and again when we are grading your results. So as a company, and as trainees, we understand that you use free versions of AI, but you can change models, even try different AIs other than ChatGPT. You can use Gemini, Grok, DeepSeek, Perplexity, Poe. There's an AI called Poe. To name some of the AIs you can use, or you can even change your emails if your limit runs out. So let me leave you with that, and let's just go to the challenge with Anilian. Anilian, over to you. Thank you very much.
Amazing. Thank you so much, Gray. I hope everything is clear. Let's go to the challenge document I'll be presenting. So in case you have a question, you can still raise a hand and ask. But in case you also get the question even after the session, we're always happy to have the session on Slack. Yeah. So before we dive into this challenge, I just also wanted to just some few words about decision making. There's a fact like every decision you make is a vote for the kind of life you really want to live, or for the kind of organization you want to make, or maybe for the kind of anything you love to build. They will always build on the decision that you make. So why do you just leave it just for against it? You should always be clear or use a certain framework to make a decision. And there's also a fact that you make over, like daily, you make over 35,000 decisions a day, mostly without even realizing it. Now imagine what you could do if you made all the decision with intention. You'd be like, I'm gonna do this way, I'm gonna do this way, this is the results. And the good leaders doesn't just make decision. They decide or they design how they decide. They have to see what they're up to. So they design how they decide. That's where framework come in. So with this challenge, with this career exercise, of course, the decision making, we learn how to apply business strategic decision making framework in real world scenarios to strengthen your judgment and the career readiness, but also submit your reflections on two professional dilemmas. So the due date is June 24th, 2025. What's the time is 8 p.m. And then let's go ahead and see the introduction, what we have as an exercise. So as an introduction here, let's read. So as you embark on your 10 Academy journey, you will encounter numerous decisions that will shape your experience and future career path. Adapting a strategic decision-making framework, such as one inspired by Jeff Bezos, and enhance the quality of your choices and help you stay focused and motivated. The Bezos decision-making framework. Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, as Budai said, is known for his thought approach to decision making. He categorizes decision into two types, the type 1 and the type 2. Type 1 decisions are significant, strategic, and have long-lasting consequences. They are often, they are often irreversible and requires careful consideration. Type 2 decisions, on the other hand, are smaller, reversible, and less consequential. They provide flexible and allow for experimentation. Understanding this framework will help you to navigate your learning journey effectively. More details are found here on this link. If you open this link here, you find more information for you to do the sequence better. So the instruction here, how we're going to do it. Consider the following scenarios in a workplace that may require you to use your decision-making skills. Number one, starting the type of decision. Stating the type of decision. It is type 1 or 2. Giving detailed reasons to your answer. I will repeat it to make it straight. Stating the type of decision is type 1 or type 2, giving detailed reasons to your answer. And number 2, document your decision-making process. This could be writing down the option available and stating their advantage and disadvantage. Number 3, provide the final decision you made, giving a detailed reason as to why you chose it. Take your time to provide thoughtful responses that align with the scenario and your company. So here is the exercise now. Scenario number 1, I'll be reading as well. So scenario number 1, you're the second employee to join a fintech startup that offers credit scoring prediction for Uganda based on mobile credit purchases. Your CEO developed a new algorithm as part of her PhD research, and you will help her commercialize it. Your CEO wants to choose a cloud platform using AWS or GCP or Azure. Her goal is to raise investment and exit in 5 years. Make recommendation following the guidelines on the instruction above, like instruction number 1, number 2, and number 3. Scenario number 2, as the project manager at Green Farms, you have successfully led a team of 15 for the past 3 years, building and maintaining state-of-art greenhouse for farmers. The CEO has an ambitious vision to enhance the company's offering by integrating IoT devices into every farm, aiming to revolutionize resources monitoring and provide valuable insights to the farmers. The challenge lies in executing this vision within a contained budget, a constrained budget. Yeah. So make a recommendation following the instruction above to your CEO between two strategic options. Number one, hire a new team member with specialized skills in IoT integration and assign them a competitive salary to lead this initiative. This option provides immediate expertise but may strain the budget, especially in the salary expectations are high, especially if the salary expectations are high. Number two, invest in training your existing team member, upskilling them to handle IoT integration. This approach leverages the current team's knowledge of the business and reduces the need for a new hire, but it may require a longer implementation timeline and could potentially impact the team's capacity to manage other projects. So here at the deliverable, it's a report. You have to submit a report answering the questions in instructions above in each scenario given. The grading rubrics, of course, we'll be seeing like number one, scenario one, cloud platform recommendation, how you requested and identify whether the decision is type 1 or type 2 and provide detailed reasons for your clarification, documentation, document the decision-making process, outline the options mentioned like AWS or GCP or Azure, the advantage and disadvantage and blah, blah, blah. The scenario number two, hire of trainees, you are requested to identify whether the decision is type 1 or type 2 and provide detailed reasons for your classification. Document the decision-making process by outlining the option mentioned, hire or train. There's two options, hire or train. Their advantages are their advantages and disadvantages and provide detailed reasons for the final recommendation. Grading will focus on the accuracy of the decision type, clarity in the decision-making process, and the coherence of final recommendation. So this is really useful, as I said before. Making wise decision is a valuable skill that impacts our work and personal lives. In our professional lives as well, we navigate tasks and projects, and our choices shape the outcome. So this is really important, and this also helps you to make good decisions, enhance productivity, and learn to successful collaboration. In our social sphere, we select enjoyable activities and nurture relationships, but wise choices bring us joy and foster meaningful connection. So ultimately, the art of making thoughtful decisions empowers us to achieve our goals, embrace opportunities, and create a fulfilling and enriching life. So this is about decision making, and it's obvious that we make decision every time. As I said, like we make 35,000 decisions a day. You can make a decision. You're going this way. You're writing this. You're anything. It's a decision. So here it is. If there's any question, maybe when you don't understand, you can share right now before we wrap up. Otherwise, all the best. So any question maybe, or maybe where you didn't understand, so that you can highlight or shed more light on it. All right. So I guess now I think it's understandable. So we'll be looking forward to your work. Yeah. Is there anything else we forgot today? An announcement
No,
maybe?
um, nope, just the previous one I made about using AI uh, uh, on their submissions. And I just want to mention again that using AI is, we encourage using AI for your submissions, but we want you to use more of it so that you don't just give us the first response ChatGPT gives you. Please work on it for at least, work on your submission for at least 20 minutes and try to ask at least 10 questions before getting to your refined submission for every week moving on. Thank you, Emily.
All right. Thank you so much. So have a good day. And in case you have any question or any obstacle, please reach out to me or you can reach out to the day anytime. Yeah. Thank you so much. Have a good day.